Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Wednesday, the 24th September 2025. It is 5:35 p.m. and I have just started our Monday and Wednesday class recording for the 5:30 group. Today I had news, unexpected news from my labor calendar that notified this is or today is official holiday in my community, in my Spanish community. So I wasn't supposed to be working today. That's why I decided, and I talked to the project managers, of course, that instead of doing my holiday today, because I just didn't inform the students today the classes wouldn't happen, I will have the holiday tomorrow instead. So there is this very important change on tomorrow's schedule. And although this is a Wednesday recording, it will be provided to the Thursday group as well. That will be supposed to do mandatory asynchronous work. That doesn't mean you need to do your asynchronous work exactly at 5:30. Of course, if you realize that this morning and you are just expecting for the recording to be posted tonight, you can perfectly do it tonight or tomorrow morning or at the time of your preference. Okay, so this is the most important part. This recording will be provided to the Thursday 5:30 group as well as soon as we finish the class so that they can work at their convenience. I have posted about that on the common document. I have also created a post on our course wall in here. And apart from that, I created a forum where I also explain what happened. So I believe that with the recording, this will be four different um, places of notification. I believe it is going to be enough. Right. Then this brings us to today's practice. Today's class is supposed to be a bit shorter because I have been correcting the two students in class have had their documents corrected. So for today, we are going to practice one more essay up to the last body paragraph. If we have time, we correct it. Probably we will be able to. And they will be dismissed. Okay? And you will need to think about the conclusion for next week. To so I will have to do the update today if I'm not working tomorrow. I will paste the conclusion info in here after the body so that the students can have a look at it and prepare for next week classes or next Monday classes, because we are going to work in the conclusions or on the conclusions only on that Monday, and on that Wednesday we are going to write the whole essay pretending we are having a TOEIC exam. Because we are doing a mock exam, everybody will have to connect the cameras and everybody will have to turn off the mobiles and everybody will not be able to Google or do anything else, because when I mock the essay exam, I enter the document and I keep invigilating. So it is like just to pretend that we are having an exam, and you will be under the pressure of the timer. You will be under the pressure of knowing I am invigilating you and invigilating every step you are taking in the essay. It is easy for a teacher to say if the student is cheating or not. Of course, you are all adults. You don't cheat me, you cheat yourself. So if you want to train for TOEIC, the way to do things is this: not talking directly to the students in class because I already know them. They normally follow the rules, but the students that watch the classes afterwards, it is hard for them to interact the same way we interact in live. So please try to do things as you were told and try to follow the rules on your own benefit. Before we write the last intro and the body paragraphs, I will offer you a super challenge. Super challenge. Um, you know that everything in TOEIC is around or about work settings, right? And we know that sometimes the prompts can be a bit controversial, but they normally are not. They are normally about vacation, working online, um, whatever, working from home, oh, living here or living there, having this fun or the other fun, family conciliation with work, whatever. It all goes around here. And after the 45 different prompts added to the document, you can have an idea about what you can write about. Again, we have that intro parenthesis document, but that does not mean, I repeat, that does not mean that your TOEIC exam will be one of those prompts, because they renew the exams every year and they try to make it more difficult every year. So you can have a very good idea of what will happen in the exam day, but we can never be sure. This super challenge will
Lucy, one
present.
question about that.
Yeah,
Uh, when you are talking about the writing part, we will have for sure an opinion essay or could be like an email, for example.
you will have for sure an essay. You will have for sure to write a sentence based on a picture, and they will provide you with 5 pictures in 8 minutes for the 5 pictures, translated into 1 minute and 12 seconds per picture, more or less. After that, you will have for sure 2 emails, one followed by the other, and you cannot come back and go back to check what the emails are about. You have to write question 6, you have to write question 7, and then you go to question 8, which is for sure an opinion essay.
No, okay, all right, thank you.
No worries. Then the super challenge will present you a very controversial topic that is impossible to happen in a TOEIC exam, but I am using it just to expose you or just to have you training in talking about something that is controversial, that I know that is controversial for many students. Normally, this a 5% of the students agree with my opinion to the topic, so you can imagine more or less what's about. Um, and I want you to complete the challenge in 60 seconds. Okay, your challenge is, so we have here Gabriel. I want a yes or no, but I will write for you. Don't worry. You don't even have to write anything. 2 and 3. And we have Anna. 1, 2, and 3. When I paste the prompt here, all you have to do is read the prompt and mentally decide yes or no. And think of 3 reasons why you said yes or no. You don't need to think about sentences. You need to think about words or noun phrases. You don't need to explain anything. These would be the key points of that prompt. This is immediate brainstorming about a very controversial topic. Why? Because if you do immediate brainstorming for a very controversial topic, it is going to be very easy to brainstorm about an easy topic. Where do you need to take your vacations? Tropical countries or cold countries? Easy peasy. So we are going to do the super challenge so that you will see how easy can be to brainstorm for your TOEIC essays. All right? So I have to unshare because you cannot see the prompt until it is the very second to talk about it. And of course, I close the document, but I know what it is. I have it already. Do you understand the challenge?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And most importantly, no interaction. You can think aloud, you can whisper, it's all right. But you don't need to tell me anything. Just thinking, this is brainstorming. Okay? And I will do the outline for you. All right. Then, first, I need the 1 minute timer. I think I didn't do this with you. I hope not. And the common document is here. All right. I can share it again. All right. Ready? There you go. Your time starts. Oh, sorry. Your time starts now. All right. Gabriel, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Anna, yes or no?
Yes.
Gabriel, 3 key points. Very quick.
Unforgivable crimes. Not likely to redemption.
Not?
Likely to redemption.
Okay.
Redeem, redemption. I'm not sure if that's the best word.
Is it not related?
What do you mean?
Redemption doesn't relate it to unforgivable?
Well, yes and no. I think I
You will
can.
explain later. Just don't worry. And the third?
High probability of reincidence.
The word you need is reoffending.
No, okay.
That's the legal word, okay? Anna, 3
Sorry,
reasons.
Lucy, in system redemption rehabilitation. I mean that.
Okay. Or
Reinsertion
rehabilitation.
rehabilitation.
So it's impossible. Rehabilitation is impossible.
Yes, that's what I
Okay.
mean. Oh no, I mean on the. I mean that on the second point, and the third point was all right. High probability of reoffending.
Okay. So reoffending. Reoffending. I will change it later.
No problem.
All right, Anna. 3 key points.
Sadism.
Sorry?
Sadism.
Sadism?
Yes. Abuse and psychopath.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the relation between the topics. Unforgivable crimes. Is this right written?
I don't think so.
Unforgivable. Forgive?
I mistyped it also. Unforgivable. I don't know.
It sounds incorrect.
I didn't check. I'm checking right now.
This is not right.
It's all right.
It's all right. This just sounded incorrect to me as well.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry
typed it
because
with an E in between. That's why it sounded to me incorrect.
yeah. Okay, it's because we think about probably unforgettable with the double letter, and we probably unconsciously look for the double letter here. Okay, so unforgettable crimes, reoffending risk, and impossible. I don't think your key points are related. They are three different things. Sadism, abuse, and psychopaths. Can you break down sadism and abuse for us, Anna?
Sorry.
Can you break down? Can you explain them to us?
Yes, I think that serial killers, some serial killers are sadists.
People,
It's correct.
I, to be honest, I don't use those words a lot, but I think I know what you mean. So they are a sadist, meaning that they are
Or
bad
violent.
for pleasure.
Yes.
I think I'm blushing. Uh, okay, oy, pleasure and abuse because
Because they are so violent and they commit a lot of abuse with their victims.
I think the correct word for you is cruelty.
Uh, yes.
Okay, abuse. Abuse can have a sexual connotation, psychological connotation, legal connotation. So nowadays, some companies have abusive timetables for non-legal workers.
It's more like violence.
Yeah, so should be cruelty. So the aspect of abuse, you can use the word abuse in many contexts.
Yes, but this is the content I want to,
You want to emphasize sexual abuse, maybe?
or when they kill, when they
Mm-hmm.
a ver,
If you feel more comfortable, you can tell me in Spanish, but you need to speak slowly.
ok, cuando por ejemplo con un cuchillo, cuando se ensañan con la gente,
Okay, when they use objects, for example, to
yes,
carry the, not the abuse, but to perform the crime they are
yes,
committing.
yes,
Okay, so this would be cruelty,
uh-huh.
nuances, I think. That's the legal word. I'm not sure. Nuances. Um, como in Spanish, I think it's carácter de crueldad, something like that. I don't remember right now. But,
Yes, it's relate with psychopaths.
uh-huh. So it is definitely cruelty.
Yes.
Okay, because let me explain you why. Okay? Like in Spanish, you have the agresión sexual, that is a sexual abuse. You have the violación, that is a rape. So normally, these guys here rape people. Normally, ladies, because they are
Accomplished.
no, because they are let me think about, I'm trying to be very ethical and polite. Because they are not an easier target, but they are more likely to be targets, because normally women are physically weaker than men. So they become more vulnerable because their physical inferiority. I
Yes.
include myself. I am 1 meter and 57 centimeters tall. So if I am walking on the street and 190 men come and do like this at me, what's going to happen? I am physically inferior to most of the men on the streets. So I don't have a problem to recognize I am physically inferior, right? So I think that this makes of women more vulnerable to sexual assaults and rapes. So when you use only sexual abuse, you may be referring to only touching, only saying something that is inappropriate. This is considered sexual abuse. And what is physical is rape.
Okay.
Lucy, other word to say is not sexual harassment, or I'm making that up.
The sexual harassment is different. The sexual harassment is what happened or may happen in the company,
Okay.
where not only the men, nowadays we know it's become common also between women that are harassing men sexually, right? So this is what, how beautiful you are, oh, how hot, let's, if you do this, I'm gonna promote you. This is sexual harassment.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that your first key point is related to the second.
Yes.
Because being bad for pleasure has to do with cruelty. And the psychopaths, I think that what you are going to write about here is that the psychopaths are sick, then don't belong in society. This is a different key point. If this is what you mean, right? If this is what you mean, am I right?
Yes, but they are related, no?
Well, yes, they are related. Psychopaths normally are sadists and they are cruel.
Yes.
But people can be cruel without being a psychopath,
Yes.
just because the law is weak. Normally, a serial killer is a psychopath. Someone that finds pleasure in killing, let's imagine 10 people each year, they are not healthily. They are not mentally healthy. So they are psychopaths. So in here, you can explore many areas of the topic, but in here, you can explore in only one. Okay?
Okay.
Anyways, it is a good exercise so that we can have clear that we need 3 completely different key points, because if they are related, it is easy not to attend the requirements the academic essay brings. And I want to emphasize that this is never going to happen for a TOEIC exam.
You mean that we need topics that are related or not related?
Not related.
Okay.
Okay, of course, they are going to be related to the topic death penalty. Definitely.
I mean, they in my case, the three of them are related to the topic, but also I can chain one with the other to get a body right down.
There you go. So you can start. I think the order is quite good.
I will put three in two and two on three.
Well, okay, yeah, as well. So we can start saying that when someone kill or someone rapes a 4 years old girl and is cruel with her and abandons her body in the woods, we can say that this is unforgivable. And I don't care if you're going to stay in jail for your life because my taxes are going to pay for your swimming pool, for your gym, for your food, and for your health care. Because if you don't know, inmates, prisioneros, inmates have better health care than us.
I know.
So my tax money, I wouldn't like my tax money to be used for hospitals, schools, social work, whatever. All right. So it is, in my opinion, unforgivable as well. Reoffending risk is clear. Any possible rehabilitation probably is related to the psychopathy, right?
Yes.
Psychopathy. Maybe the word that she wants here is psychopathy, Anna. What is psychopathy, right? And what are the consequences of psychopathy in individuals that are sick? And what happens to these individuals if they are in society? Okay?
Okay.
All right. I think the exercise is very good for you to think about it. This is a complicated topic. Okay. Well, maybe I should leave this. Uh, in this case, I will fix it. Nine. Okay. How can we define? Okay. In this case, all key points are related to the topic, the death penalty, but unrelated among them. Each one, which one refers to a different topic itself. Which will be connected between the body paragraphs by what? Do you know?
By top
Hmm?
by the topic
Mm-mm. How do you connect paragraph to paragraph?
connectors. Ah, okay, okay.
Okay, and in this case, let me bring this up. In this case, the three key points are related to the topic, but one and two, but one and two are somehow related between them. Okay, to each other. The transition would be a bit harder because the arguments would be similar, and repetition could appear. Truth about paragraphs. Do you see, Anna?
Sorry?
Do you see it as I do?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So it is important that when you do your brainstorming, if you realize they might be somehow related, don't worry, because when you write, probably around the second paragraph, you will realize it and you can fix it. You can fix it in the text. And all you have to do afterwards is to change the key points or one of the key points in the introduction. All right?
Okay.
All right. And the super challenge. And it is time to do our practice for the last practice before we do the conclusions on Monday. It is 6:07, and I think we are going to have more than enough time. What am I doing? Okay, then, Anna and Gabriel, you have written a lot of prompts, so I think I better look for a new one. Let me unshare. Mm. Sorry, but I would like to give you a different, because you both have worked a lot, and I wish I can give you a different prompt. Mm? You have done this, you have done this. This. You have seen the dress code prompt as well, didn't you? I'm almost sure.
Yes, I think it's the one that Jorge did.
Mm. Give me some seconds more, please. You have done this, but in other words, working for money or in a job that you like. Okay, maybe I can. I'm gonna write it myself. Okay, I will share the screen. First of all, I am going to set the 22. Something just popped up to my mind. I have it. 22 minutes, but I have to write it myself. And okay, in here, last prompt. Sweden has finally decided for coming back to printed books. Full stop. This happened in 2025 after 2 years of deliberations regarding decrease in students' performance, comma, not only in the academic aspect, but also in the emotional management caused by immediate rewarding provided by social media, comma, online books, comma, and respective parenting. Full stop. Do you agree with the measure? Question mark. Provide examples and reasons to support your opinion. Full stop. Your time starts now. Okay, this hateful timer. Okay. Where do you have yours, Gabriel?
I wrote it on Notepad. I pasted now. Sorry,
Okay,
didn't know
thank
you
you.
were looking to the document.
I wasn't looking at the document. Okay, so Anna, let's go.
I think I don't do it very well.
Okay, this we need to accept. This is because I was improvising and there were some grammar mistakes in here, but it is fixed on the common document, and I have added one more just in case you want to work on the weekend. Okay, not mandatory, of course. You two are, I think that you were quite fine. This is Anna. Okay, Anna, what is the magic words of your prompt? What is the topic about? I want you to tell me 5 words.
The key points are young people. No, key points are disconnect, uh, don't think properly, and satisfaction.
Okay, disconnect. Disconnect from reality, you mean?
Yes.
And what else? Sorry.
Uh, don't think properly.
Mm, for themselves,
Yes.
not necessarily, just asking.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I'm trying to formulate a noun phrase for reasoning, difficulty to think or to think for themselves, for reasoning, general reasoning. And the third,
For satisfaction too.
satisfaction. Okay, but my question was in this prompt here, okay, in this paragraph that presents you with to what you have to write about, what are the 5 magic words that can tell anyone what they say is going to be about? What 5 words summarize what your text is about?
Print books.
Come back to printed books. This is our main topic, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember what the hook mission is? Let's revise. The hook, also known as an attention grabber, is the opening line designed to capture the reader's attention and encourage them to continue reading. It should be engaging, overall relevant to the topic, and spark curiosity about the essay's content. This is where you are going to present your topic. Then you start by giving reasons, right? So there are problems happening, and you are probably, I didn't even read, but for sure you are going to explain what problems and why they are happening,
Yes.
right? Okay, so what we miss here is an introduction to the topic.
Okay.
Immediately regarding, Okay, immediately regarding the online books or the tablets and iPads and computers in primary schools, for example?
Uh,
Is this
yes, phones, mobile phones.
or mobile phones, for example? Immediately regarding causes several problems for young people. They disconnect from themselves, they do not think properly, and do not find satisfaction in anything they do. The key points are really strong. And in my case, I completely agree with you. But imagine that, let me change this to editing. Imagine that I take this. Ay, Lucy. And I have this in a random page without anything else to my site. And I start reading this. What are you talking about? Do you
Yes,
do you see it?
it's not clear.
It is not clear. Of course, if I read the whole text, I will understand. But these are unfortunately the requirements of the introduction. And unfortunately, in this case, it is not there. So this could be the second part of your introduction. We are missing the presentation of the topic.
Okay,
Then you are going to write here for me, hook pending. All right?
okay.
Then I will correct what you have here as the key points. Immediately regarding immediate. What do you mean by immediately regarding? Consecuencias inmediatas?
Sí, o sea, yes.
Okay, it's all right. So immediate.
No, immediate thing, not things.
Tell me.
Yes, with the social media, have immediate feedback.
Mm-hmm. Are you a psychologist?
No.
No. The worst immediate consequences of social media. This is because you are giving me the hook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The worst immediate consequences of social media overuse, because if they used social media after school hours because they behaved very well, they ate all the vegetables, and they presented good marks, for example, this is the typical parents' requirements.
Mm-hmm.
If they use
Yes.
it, social media, in a healthy way and amount of time, these consequences would not happen. So the worst immediate consequences of social media overuse. Remember that we have talked about the word abuse. So it's not
Mhm.
abuse, it is overuse. Although you would translate it as abuso de las redes sociales, I think. The
Yes.
word, the word, el abuso o yo qué sé. I don't know. Sorry, my Spanish is not that strong. The worst immediate consequences of social media overuse for younger people.
Causes several problems.
Sorry,
Um, Causes several problems.
consists in several results, consist of several problems. And I'm going to help you here. Okay, how would you do the transition from this to your key points? You need 2 words. If you don't know them, it's okay. I will ask Gabriel if he knows it.
I think a few seconds, please.
Mm-hmm.
That are known.
Mm, I would say only are. The worst immediate consequence of social media overuse for young people consist of several problems. Okay. That are. That would be a possibility. But that possibility wouldn't allow you to keep the list with the commas that you have. I will give you an option, because if I write that are, I will have to transform everything else. Do you want to try, Gabriel? 2
Sorry,
words.
could you repeat the question? I was looking at my own message. Sorry.
Okay. So, which 2 words I could place here so that I could preserve this list using the commas that she's using right in here. The worst immediate consequences of social media overuse for young people consist of several problems,
In,
comma,
in, in fact, indeed,
such as.
Okay.
And then, such as, we will allow you simply to mention the key points. And that will make you eliminate, for example, unuseful pronouns, such as disconnecting from themselves, not thinking properly, and not finding, do you see? Satisfaction in anything they do. And your introduction is ready. Just because you added this, you can simply list the key points, avoiding explanations.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
To start with, the increase in social media produces several, the increase of social media use produces several addictions to mobile phones and tablets. In general, teenagers focus on reproducing viral videos to be famous and lose their ability to concentrate properly on what they are doing. However, mm, however, even though there is an increase in online books, most people do not know what these books are talking about. They all lose their ability to have a critical position about topics that are in these books or in real life. They are on a screen too. It is impossible to disconnect from technology. Being in, okay, making it impossible to disconnect from technology. With a printed book, it is more difficult to put our minds off and enjoy it because it is a different type of entertainment. Okay, it doesn't matter if I agree with this or not. This is her argument. With a printed book, it is more difficult to put our minds off. When you say this, put the minds off and enjoy it, do you mean that it is difficult to enjoy?
Yes, enjoy the reading.
But it is more difficult to enjoy reading when you read a printed book.
If you are used to have a mobile phone in your hand, it's more difficult.
It is. It is indeed. But your paragraph is saying that they have to avoid the online books. If you say it is more difficult to enjoy reading printed books, you are going against yourself. Am I right?
Yes.
This is ambiguity. Nowadays, we have all we want immediately. So in here, we are going to say fix ambiguity. Okay? Nowadays, we all have all we want immediately. So our perspective on what we are doing is not clear. We reach one thing and then we want another one or a new one. With printed books, we have to be patient to understand the story. So your position is not clear.
I know the structure it's very well. I know.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's why we are practicing. So this is a possible topic. And I'm sorry, but I have to tell you that you deviated a bit from the topic because
Yes, I know.
Mhm. They mentioned the academic aspect, they mentioned the reward, which you mentioned, the online books you mentioned. I'm sorry, here I meant respectful. That's my bad. You understand respectful parenting, right? Gabrielle and Anna,
Yes.
Sure.
you know what it is? You sure? You sure?
Mm,
I
Well,
need
now
to know if
you're making me doubt.
tell me what you understand for respectful parenting.
I mean, the good habits that that parents have to have with their sons when they control in a way that they know what they are doing. I mean, if they are with a physical book, they know they are reading a physical book. If they are on their smartphone, they don't really know what they are doing.
No, that's not it. I will clarify. Respectful parenting is a new upbringing style that says that the children are in control of their own evolving. For example, this means in the last 5 years in Spain, the um, the baby's doctors recommend the mummies to have the baby all the time on her lap. That's why those holding babies pieces of garment became more common because the mom is supposed to breastfeed on demand, which means that if the baby asks for breastfeeding every 10 minutes, the mom is not supposed to policy that feeding, and the mom is supposed to attend the child's demand 100% of the time. Or this is the immediate effect of respectful parenting. So respectful parenting has nothing to do with respectful because in my opinion, the babies are having like tyrannic attitudes attitudes towards the parents. If a child who hasn't lived, who hasn't learned, who doesn't have reasoning is able to control everything in a house towards two adults, I don't know how things are going to end. But anyways, this is the new trend among parenting. And that's why, as a teacher and as an educator, I can tell you that it's not working well. It is
That's
not working well
that's the dumbest thing I ever heard, to be honest.
because I have teachers working in private schools and in public schools. And this very friend of mine who works for a private school, she has kids in third of primary that don't know how to read yet. Because if they don't feel like doing homework, they are not supposed to be forced to do homework. How dare you, teacher, to ask my son to do homework No, they need to relax. They need to be happy because they are kids. So of course, this might look exaggerated, but people, I think that people misunderstood the concept of respectful parenting and just decided to do it in a way that is more convenient or whatever. Everybody knows what they do in their homes, of course, but it's not something that I would do to a grandchild of mine, for example. Okay, so this is respectful child parenting. I will attach, I was even looking for a respectful child parenting because I imagined this would happen. So I am going to paste here. Okay, because one thing is actively listen to your child and validate their feelings is one thing. I can validate that my child is angry. But if being angry implies hitting a schoolmate, I cannot say just, it is okay. I don't want it to happen the next time. There might be consequences. And that doesn't mean I'm going to hit my child. It just means that they need a consequence, as everything in life. So it is, I don't know if I copied. I imagined this would happen. So I Googled it. Ooh. I am so stupid. I can simply copy this. This is what happens when you learn technology when you were 40 years old. I will edit the link afterwards. So I know it is almost 7. Anna, what do you think about rewriting the essay and sharing the document with me? Because I am cleaning my inbox and you are not here anymore. When you do it, it doesn't need to be today, doesn't need to be tomorrow, but if it's between Friday and Saturday, that would be perfect.
Yes, I will do it on Friday.
All right, good. Then, Gabriel, do you want me to correct it, right?
Sure.
Here. Sweden has fine, okay. Is technology evil or is the use or is the way people use it or is the way people use it the issue? Okay, so is it related? Yes, it is. We are talking about online books and printed books. Online books reflect technology. So the hook is related to the topic. The decision to come back to printed books will not solve the source of the problem. Many misassumptions are being made here. Oh, this would be too long, okay? That's why I'm doing this. Immediate rewarding has nothing to do with the format of the books teenagers use. E-book.
I don't know if I can say ebook or I should say electronic book.
No, you can say ebook, absolutely. I don't know if we should say ebooks. Ebook format. No. Ebook format brings accessibility to culture for everyone. And
Comma. I miss a comma.
emotional management is far more complicated to address than how people consume reading material. This essay will prove that the reasons that led in the past to this decision are poorly thought out. Very good. Very good. So just let's check how many words you have because it might be a bit too long.
I was trying to address the issue of being too short.
Oh, no, it's okay. 281. 281. If you
What's the
write
limit? 200? Or
330,
oh, okay.
320, You would be fine.
Okay.
To begin, what is the correlation between the format someone uses for a book and immediate reward? Non-existent. Even if there were only physical books, smartphones, and any kind of electronic, again, the comma, electronic device connected to the internet, even if there were only physical books, smartphones, and maybe here it's better a war, or any kind of electronic device connected to the internet, I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean here. Can you explain it to me?
I'm trying to say that physical books have nothing to do with the problem that the Sweden government is trying to address with immediate reward, because the problem lies on smartphones, computers, anything that has an internet connection, uh, and you can connect to social media, news, or whatever that gives you an immediate reward.
I am processing.
I think you can simply delete will this still be a reality and stay with connected to the internet where the key point of the problem remains. Maybe it's not necessary, will this still be a reality?
Okay.
And
Even.
is the key point of the problem, or is where the problem remains.
Okay, for example, but even if there were only physical books, smartphones, or any kind of electronic device connected to internet, the problem would still remain?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe?
Yes. But I don't know, because I'm trying to say with that last sentence that the existence of smartphones and electronic device with internet connection are where the problem remains. Now we are just saying that the problem will remain, but I mean that is the problem, the existence of smartphones and electronic device.
The, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't understand. So let's break it. Let's break it like this. To begin, what's the correlation between the format someone uses for a book and immediate reward? Non-existent. Even if there were only physical books, smartphones, or any kind of electronic device connected to the internet would still exist. So no,
would,
right?
would still exist, and there is where the problem remains.
But then if you say, even if there were only physical books, you have to say something related to the existence of only physical books. Because if only physical books exist, you don't have this. That's
Okay, I mean, one thing doesn't exclude the other, because the topic is discussing about physical books or electronic books. And I'm saying, okay, choose whatever you want, but this device is still existing, coexisting with the other.
okay. Even if only physical books were used at schools, even if there were only only if there were only physical books, used at schools, smartphones, or any kind of electronic device connected to the internet would still be in the reach and that's where the problem remains.
Okay.
Is that what you mean?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I didn't understand that way.
No problem. It's okay. It's my job to make the one who's reading to understand at the first glance, not having to think that much to understand it.
And problem would still remain. Furthermore, if social media is taken into account, traditional media causes exactly the same mental stress as social media, according to many well-based studies. Okay. Remove redundancy? No, you want to be exaggerated, right? So causes exactly the same mental and would still remain. Okay, I'm sorry, but I didn't understand the other way.
No problem. Just one question. Between children and the problem will still remain, it's a dot or a comma? Shouldn't be
In
a
here?
comma? Yeah.
Maybe yes. Yes, thank you.
No problem.
In addition to the first point, this movement, maybe in addition, because in they say this will add something to this always.
Okay.
In addition, this movement, while well intentioned, is a double-edged sword. Very good. The fact that it would solve the issue that it pretends to address is already being questioned. But what about the problems that will bring? Electronic format is reachable by any person with an internet connection. Indeed, many books are free for personal use, and even if they are not, their cost is negligibly, I don't know how to say this word, negligible when compared to a physical format. On the other hand, emotional management is not a problem related to electronic books at all. The real issue is presented in modern society, trends, consumerism, unrealistic objectives, and much more. So, associating this phenomenon to electronic formats is a silly way to raise the problem. Very good. Awesome. And this goes here, right?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes. I typed all of this on the notepad because when you type on the Google Doc, it autocorrects and I won't have that help on the exam. So better that I learn how to proper write a grammar.
There you go. Well done. Well done. It's better going to the frustration in the classes or in the corrections than happening in the day. Well, I must say that this is a hard topic to write about for sure. Unless you are a no teacher like me, it is hard to reason about it, right? Okay,
I have a
guys.
hard time deciding in in which topic I have to focus because apart from the main topic, physical versus electronic, you also talk about the consequence of that change with respect to parenting, online books, social media. It's like you are adding a lot of small things into that big topic, and I don't have the time or the vocabulary to argument about all of them.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I have never thought about it. As you could see, I created the prompt by the move, so I can try to write an essay about this in the 30 minutes. So I will do it. And let's see what happens. And I will be honest enough to show you without correcting. Okay, I'm not gonna activate my Grammarly, I promise. Okay, Anna, you have to send something back to me. Gabriel, I think everything is corrected on your document.
Yes.
And I'll see you back on Monday. And people watching, remember that the same way I corrected their documents, I need you to share your document with me so that I can correct it for you on Friday. You all have a very good weekend.
There is any async work for us, Lucy?
No, because tomorrow is asynchronous work
No, okay.
because they don't have class. So this recording will be provided to them so they can do exactly the same thing that you did.
Perfect.
Unless you decide to write one more, feel free to do so and I will correct it for you.
No, okay. Thank you very much.
No worries. Okay. Very good class, guys. Congratulations on your improvement, Anna, although the last one was not uh, the same as you did for the others. We could not see that in there, but it is okay. It is part of the process, all right?
Okay.
You still are going to have your blue diamond. Don't worry.
Thank you.